Witch Hat Atelier episode 6. Really excited, and good news, Witch Hat Atelier fans. I've recruited more to your cause. I was with two of my friends the other day, and while we were driving to an event we were going to, because one of my friends said that they watch Freerun. And that they love Freerun. And anyone recently who said that they love Freerun, I pitched them Witch Hat Atelier. And so I pitched them Witch Hat Atelier, and they sounded very interested. And then we went home, and the three of us just binged all 5 episodes of Witch Hat Atelier that were out. And they absolutely loved it. They were obsessed with it the entire time. So I've gotten more people, you know, like, and it's gonna be one of those things, like, I tell 2 people, they tell 2 people, they tell 2 people, eventually the whole world's gonna be watching it, you know. So I've done my part. I'm locked in, you know. Other than I also make videos on it, so maybe there's at least 1 person or 2 people who started watching this show because I was doing reactions to it. Maybe. Anyway, this is Witch Hat Atelier episode 6. Make sure to support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Last episode was probably my favorite episode of the season so far. So, and that's saying something because all of the episodes are glorious, but last episode was fucking incredible. So I can't wait to see more. Make sure to support the video. Go to my Patreon account if you want the full-length reactions, early access, exclusive videos, lots of other great stuff. And check out my Naruto reactions right now. They are very good. I'm coming towards the end of the Chunin exams on my Patreon uploads. But check it out on YouTube first, see if you like it. If you do, you can get 10 episodes ahead on my Patreon account. Anyway, let's jump into this. This is Witch Hat Atelier episode 6. I got in Coco. Oh, she just yawned. Wear earphones or something, headphones or something. I got if you're distracted by little noises. But maybe she wants to be like alert to danger as well.
Was I making too much noise?
I mean, I think it's okay for a God to be a little annoyed by it. She didn't yell at Coco or anything. She didn't take out her rage on Coco, so that's good. Man, it must be hard to draw like that standing up.
And it lacks stability.
Oh. You drew a bird in. Something while rewatching the episodes, I kind of realized, like, every fucking creature in this show has, like, weird wings, it feels like. Like, whatever you'd expect with the wings of these creatures, it's always a little bit wrong. Like, I think the whales kind of had wings. The Pegasi had wings, but they were on the head rather than on their body. And the birds, you would think would just have 2 wings. They have 4 wings that, like, fold into 2 wings, you know? Or maybe the whales don't really have wings, but they've got, you know, they extend out like that. They have arms.
I was supposed to choose a pen and calm, but I never got the chance.
Yeah, I wanted to see you choose a pen. That was like, I was so excited for that.
And I can draw nice straight lines.
Well, then use it.
That's hardly ideal for small paper like
Yeah,
this.
that's true. You'll probably just have to specialize in big seals, you know?
Finally get used to it! That's the way!
Oh, she's so tired. Oh my God. Damn, she's like absurdly tired.
No, I have to stop beating myself up!
I like that she's trying to cure her own anxiety.
I love magic too much to fail!
Coco.
Relax, take your time.
Kitchen?
You're going to be our new chef because you're useless as a witch.
I need to free up this pot. Perhaps you'd be willing to help?
What, eat it?
Especially for being 2 years old.
2 years
The
old?
cookbot keeps repeating the moment the stew is made so it doesn't go bad. And
Ah.
that's good as new.
Cool.
That said,
That's so cool.
I believe you've learned to draw the pieball spell, haven't you?
She has. She got better at it last episode. It's pretty good. Well done. Oh, that's not how to do it.
So the sign of levitation needs longer rays.
Mmm. That's so cool. Oh, this is so interesting.
In this case, your sigil was too large. Give it another try.
It's so precise. Wow, perfect circle. I mean, like, it met up in the perfect spot. Damn. Is that cooked or is that burned? Yeah, might be cooked.
Perfectly.
Yeah, nice.
Are you still tired?
Oh.
As for me, was that of water. I was
Makes
never
sense
much of
because
a
you used
swimmer,
the
but in
water
truth, I
dragon
didn't
last
like getting
episode.
wet for any reason. And you're desperate to make it happen quickly. Then build it into your daily routine.
Yeah, that makes sense.
For after all, truly is the best teacher this world has to offer.
Oh, what a beautiful image.
Good food and good practice.
Good point. I thought I smelled something yummy.
Is that all right?
Oh, he's such a good teacher. He's so patient and makes sure they're okay with it. Makes them excited about it. Melting the cheese onto the bread? Hell yeah. Wow, that looks kind of awesome.
There.
Wonderful idea, like a picnic.
Aww.
I shall make all the necessary preparations.
Seems like she's brought new life to this atelier.
We're having lunch outside.
Kind of you to ask, but I do believe I'll pass. I'm going to eat while I work.
That's fine.
And
She was
besides-
gracious about saying no.
It's raining.
Aww. Magic.
A few minutes ago. What a shame.
Use the water,
Was just telling
the
me
spell
how
that takes
Jent's
water out of the
What's
air
this?
to put.
Now, why do you
To
all
collect
look
the
so
water.
disappointed?
Oh my god.
We are witches, are we not?
Yeah,
Come now, things, and let us be off.
that's so cool. Aww. Rush buddy.
I have to go get a cut and bring her here. She's
Aww.
going to miss the magic the sky shared with us.
You're too pure. You want so badly to share all the beautiful things with a god. Oh god. Oh, the tone is scary. Oh.
Who are you? You a messenger?
Ooh, guy from the OP.
You're what?
Uh-oh.
An apprentice?
Oh no.
Greetings, Ulrugio. Finished your work, have you?
Ulrugio?
I thought it was going to take.
Come,
Oh no.
Ulrugio!
I'm turning this girl into the Knights Morales.
No! He's been trying to avoid the Knights Morales knowing much, right? Oh my god, he's like, no you
I'm
fucking
sorry,
won't.
my dear friend Coco. Even you. First, let us go inside. We have much to discuss.
It's really interesting now seeing that his specialty is water magic.
Breaking
Now I'm
the
noticing
clouds
it.
Felt like it was over, but now it's coming down even harder than before.
Tetia's hair.
Outsider is an offensive term. Her name is Coco.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Coco.
Okay.
That just happens to be the only word we have for people who aren't witches.
I'm glad he apologized.
May I present Ulrugio, the watchful eye at this atelier.
The watchful eye.
Eye to oversee matters and ensure we don't cover up any problems that arise.
Hmm.
Problems
Makes
such
sense.
as the one you've been covering up there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this goes against his job.
Who are these Knights Morales they keep talking about?
Is that what you're
wondering,
thinking?
aren't you?
Yeah.
The Knights Morales are the guardians of magic itself.
Okay.
In accordance with the codes enacted on the day of the pact,
Yeah, from the OP.
they erase the memory. They act strictly in accordance with the rules, granting no exception.
They're the magic
If
cops.
I were to hand you over to them, they would then erase even your passion for magic itself.
Oh, that's really sad.
You work hard, you care for your mother, and your love of our craft is pure. It's only right that the same be done to my own.
Oh.
Damn it!
He doesn't want
Will
that
you
to
have
happen.
to take on the other 3 apprentices? I don't intend to shirk my duty as watchful eye.
Okay. He's kind of a cool character. I like him.
Thank you. Where are you, Brush Buddy?
Where's he hiding?
Where'd you go?
Oh, there he is.
Not that way. Anywhere but there.
He's drawn to magical seals and magical ink, right?
Curse upon any who knock knock at this door?
Oh, okay. Then don't do that.
Oi, didn't you read the warning on the door?
It said don't knock, and so she didn't knock.
The point of it is to keep people out.
Maybe you shouldn't discourage people from knocking then.
Soaked before, but now you're dry.
Whoa! A ring that just dries
So
people?
warm. I can feel my hair drying.
God, I want that so badly.
I can't have you catching a cold, can I? I am the watchful eye.
And you watch our help?
Leaving my door open. You may now take your leave.
Aww. I appreciate when
Saying,
they're
don't
not
touch anything.
absolute dicks, even when they're frustrated.
It's the one that first made me fall in love with magic.
Yeah, what?
Makes the ground shiny.
Mm-hmm.
That one's my best work.
Wait, did you make it? You invent that spell?
One stone is laid over another. The sigil and ring overlap.
Cool.
What you doing?
Look, they're glowing. It's very special to me.
Yeah. But then it made her cry later because
I
her
walked on
footsteps
the
weren't
stones.
shining.
They lit up. Parts of the memory are sad.
Yeah.
I remember the spell allowed me to dream.
It's so beautiful.
Thank you from my heart, Master Ulrich.
See, you can't stay mad at her. Like, you can't be frustrated with her being an outsider.
I am not your master.
She's
Now
too
be on your
sweet.
way.
Is he gonna leave it open a little bit?
So they'd even take away her passion.
And he left the door open a little bit. He's like, that was a nice moment to happen.
It's still working.
Oh, so good.
Alright then.
I won't, thank you. I find it easier to concentrate here.
Makes
That's
sense.
fair enough. I feel like it got loosened up in this episode a lot. I mean, she's, you know, she's being quite patient. Okay, this one right now isn't Coco's fault. This is the weather.
Very well. Enduring these unpleasant sounds shall be part of my training.
Honestly, it kind of should be. Learning to block out everything. She's doing it. She's done that twice now. Done it with her
Still
eyes
some
closed.
wavering.
Please, there's a witch living here, right? Swept away.
Because of all the rain, the bridge across the staircase river collapsed. There was a carriage on.
My son was inside that carriage.
Yes, I know.
Thank you.
Outside work.
My
Oh,
colleague
she
and
wants
I
to
will
help.
do all we can.
Please allow me to come along.
Yeah, let her do.
I will be.
Let her feel useful.
I promise.
Awesome. Ah, I can't wait.
My
Oh man, oh so good. Such a good episode and just continues to be a dope show. I wanna look at the subtitles to see how to spell Rugio's name. So let me wait till he shows up and see what the subtitles say for his name. Rugio. So I'm gonna cross out what I wrote. Olruggio. Olrugio. Anyway, he's a cool character. I like him. Something that I'm really liking about this show so far is you have these really these somewhat harsh characters, but you also the harsh characters are also reasonable. You know, I feel like Agot is the sort of character where she is really harsh with Coco and with a lot of people, right? But at the same time, she is trying to be reasonable, you know? She in this whole episode, she was incredibly patient with Coco. I think she also right now recognizes that Coco did get them out of the mess before. Even though she got them into it, part of her plan and her idea is what helps them get out of the mess as well. So because of that, I think she is more accepting of Coco as a witch in general. But but yeah, like in this episode, she was very patient with her. I mean, she like Coco was like annoying her with her yawning and her dropping of the book or whatever. And I think that's fine. I think it's fine to be annoyed by it. Genuinely, I think we can't really help what we're annoyed by sometimes. Sometimes people will do something or say something that's annoying me a little bit. And it's like they're not doing anything wrong. It just is annoying me. All you gotta do is go, hey, that's like don't say this out loud. Think to yourself, I acknowledge that this is annoying me, but I also acknowledge that it's not this person's fault. So breathe through it, move past it, and move on with your fucking life. You know, you don't have to speak up. You don't have to be like, you're annoying. Your yawning is annoying me or whatever. You don't have to say anything. Just learn to control your own emotions and move through it. Now, also, she's a kid. Like, it's gonna be hard to do that. It's harder to regulate your emotions when you're younger. But I'm just like, I'm very impressed that she was able to do that, you know, that she didn't let her rage overtake her and start yelling at Coco. But then, yeah, I love Orugio because, like, his character, his whole job here, seemingly, to be the watchful eye, is to regulate this Atelier, to make sure that they are not doing anything underhanded. And then, like, Kifri comes back with an apprentice who used forbidden magic and who is an outsider who shouldn't be allowed into the witches. And he's like, you're doing something underhanded. You're doing the thing that it's my job to report, and you're acting like it's crazy that I'm gonna go report her, you know? And so like I like that he, you know, he was gonna do his job, but also he's like reasonable. He listened to Kifri, and I mean the parts that win me over are the parts where the characters, like, they have an instinct to be unreasonable, but then, like, when confronted with, like, someone correcting them or whatever, they accept it, you know? So, like, Kifri in this episode, like, he called her the outsider, and Kifri said, outside is an offensive thing to call her. Her name is Coco. And there's a fucking bug flying around. And he said, like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry, Coco, that we just, like, that's the only term that we unfortunately have. But, like, he did apologize to her because he was like, you know what? That is kind of out of line. And I appreciate it. I'm someone who I really respect apologies. I think apologies are a really incredibly important thing. Some people, when they hear someone's apology, they're like, well, you've already done the thing. Like, your apology means nothing. And for me, I'm like so far on the other end where it's like, to me, an apology will do a lot. Sometimes too much for me, where it's like, sometimes I forgive people who even when their apology was empty. But I really think, like, apologizing is a kind of tough thing to do. Like, apologizing sincerely. So like, some people just say sorry on instinct to everything, you know? But that's kind of different to what I'm talking about, which is like a genuine apology. Like, hey, I did this certain thing and I'm really sorry and I won't do it again. And those are, like, that's a really powerful and difficult thing to do. So I think, like, when someone is, you know, properly apologizing, it's kind of up to us to, you don't have to forgive them right away, but to at least respect the apology. You know, you have to take them on their merits, and a lot of the time, like, you know, as a fellow human, sometimes you have to trust that person. You have to trust that they're apologizing for a legitimate reason and not just assume the worst out of everyone, you know? And like, it's, you know, forgive, don't forget. That's the whole thing, right? Like, you go like, okay, yeah, you did that and that really hurt me. That really hurt my feelings. That really sucked for me. But now you've apologized. So right now we've kind of, you know, evened the score. But also I like to think of it like each new weight you put on the scales will be heavier than the last, you know? in terms of the bad side of things, right? So like, okay, so here's a metaphor. Let's see if you can follow it. There's a scale. On one side of the scale is the good side, you know? And the good side of the scale, you're always going to be putting like a little brick that's like this big on the scale, right? Every time you do something good, you put a brick that's that big. The bad side of the scale, you start by putting a little marble on the scale, right? And then as you do more, once you've put like a few marbles on there, you have to go up to like a little golf ball. And then once you've put those on the scale, you move up to the bricks. And once you've gone that, you do a proper brick. And once you've done that, you start, you know, putting I don't even know what could be bigger than that, a bread box on there. And then you keep going up and up and heavier and heavier, right? Because like the more bad things you do, eventually it's gonna be like, okay, there's not enough good things that you can do to counteract that, you know? Like if Donald Trump came out tomorrow and was like, I'm really sorry, guys, I think I'm not gonna be like, all is forgiven. Like that's a very evil man right there. He's gonna have to do a lot more. But you know, if someone does something and they're being kind of shitty to you, but then they come out and really apologize, it's like, I really am generally like, look, I think that's a brave thing that you did to apologize. So like at the start, your good deeds weigh more, you know, at the start of our friendship or of our relationship, your good deeds are more important to me than your bad deeds. As time goes on, like the good deeds aren't worth less. It's just that the bad deeds are worth more in the scales. So, all this to say, an apology is always that same big brick. And early on, that big brick is outweighing those marbles easily. So yeah, like Ulrugio, he apologized pretty soon after we saw him, which is great. And then I loved that moment of Coco coming into his room. Firstly, he was like, he wasn't unreasonable. He was like, hey, by the way, I put that message on the door so people don't come into my office, right? But then he later was like, but you know what? It's my own fault for leaving it open. Which, yes, it is. You left it open. She was confused. Your door says don't knock, by the way. It doesn't say don't enter. And if I really need to get in there or get your attention or something, what the fuck do I do? You know, I can't knock and I can't enter. Like, how do I do that? So, like, it's really confusing. And so all it did was discourage her from knocking, not entering. And since you left it open, my little creature, who I don't control, went in there. And so I needed to figure out what was going to happen because I don't know what's in there. What if he went in there and then you were like, oh, there's a bug in here and you chopped him in half? Like, that's dangerous to me. So I had to come in here. So, like, I appreciate that he was like, that was my fault. And that he didn't yell at her or anything. And then he explained shit to her. And then, like, that... Oh, just that like thing where like he saw her fall in love with his magic, you know, and like, you know, he wasn't gonna let it overtake his emotions and like stop him from being impartial. I think is what he was trying not to do. Like he was like, oh, this girl is precious as fuck, but also like I'm supposed to be an unbiased judge of this situation, so I have to try to ignore that she's adorable. Which is why he was like, get out of my room, get out of my room, because he was like, I can't, you're persuading me, and you shouldn't be doing that. But I love that moment of him firstly saying out loud like they would erase her love for magic. Like he acknowledges like, I actually don't want the Knights Morales to take her because it would take away her passion. And her passion is the most wonderful thing about her. You know, that's what's so incredible. That's what's so adorable. Like, do you want to strip that of this girl? And then the second thing is that he left the door open again. And he did it on purpose. He went to close the door and then stopped himself. Because, like, that him not closing the door led to that moment. And it's like, he didn't actually want to discourage that side of Coco. The side that wanders into open rooms and expresses her love for something. And I think that is like a really beautiful way to do that. That's my interpretation of the scene, at least. But I think that's a really beautiful way to do that. Like, so incredible. And just like little moments like that in a series. Oh, it really really warms my heart and just feels like a master writer at work to me. But yeah, it seems like next episode we are going to be focused on Agot, I'm guessing, because it seems like now she like seemingly has wanted to be useful. It's also felt like in all of these episodes her frustration seems to me to come from an anxiety about her own usefulness, right? Like she seems to want, like she seems to be like, well, Coco, you know, is an outsider and she was still allowed in here, and like if she can't live up to my level, like she must be useless. So it seems like she doesn't even have that high expectations of herself. She wants to be useful. So in this episode, she, you know, sees an opportunity to do outside work and to be helpful. So she's doing outside work and being helpful. And I can't wait to see what she can do. I wonder if that spell that we've seen, it seems to like shoot light into the air. I wonder what the intention of the spell is. You know, like is it supposed to be like a beacon? Is that what it is? You know, like she's like, oh, I need to create a beacon spell in case anyone needs help or whatever. Like they can just learn this one help me spell, which just shoots a beacon, like a bat signal, a beacon of light into the air, and then people can gather to it. Or it's kind of like a flare, you know? So if you're like trying to signal other fellow witches, you're just like, hey, to signal them, come here, this is my beacon spell, you know? And then maybe eventually you can start doing symbols or sigils or whatever that can make you, I mean, might be able to use it like a projector. You might be able to like draw something on one piece of paper, hold it over the beacon, and it shines it into the air, like the bat signal, you know? You can put a bat in the air. So maybe, I don't know, maybe that's what Agot is trying to create now. But it's really cool, like this idea that we seem to see like a lot of this world is really about like these witches are creating spells, and then like Atelier said in a previous episode, they submit them for public use or whatever. So like people like invent these spells and then like everyone gets to use them later. It's really cool. Like I like to think of being in this universe, and like, you know, I like to try to think of like what kind of spell would I create, you know? Like what would I want to try to master and spend my life like perfecting this spell and then submit it for public use. Like that's really cool. So yeah, oh man, this is the kind of world that makes you go like, oh, I want to kind of live in this world and see what I could do with it. But yeah, that's Witch Hat Atelier episode 6. Thank you for joining me. Support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. I will see you next time. Goodbye.